Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Lizzie and I am so happy to have you, and today I am bringing you all a brand new speed build. I am so happy to be bringing you guys this speed build today for a very special reason. This is my first CC free build in I don't know how long, and I can in fact say that I was on the struggle bus for a little bit, but we will talk about that a while later. Overall, I'm really happy with how this build came out. I really like the layout of this build. I thought it was super fun. I don't do a lot with curved rooms, so whenever I use them, I always think that's super fun, and it's definitely something that I need to start incorporating into more of my builds because for some reason I just kind of forget about them. And I think it's because we didn't have them for so long that I just forget that there's so many opportunities with them now. But also something I noticed that was actually kind of frustrating is the lack of round windows that we have for these round rooms. I know with my CC that I have quite a few more options. Not nearly enough, but I have more. And then when I went to add windows to those round rooms, I was shocked by the fact that I had hardly any for the wall size that I had picked for this build. So that was kind of frustrating. But I made it work. Hopefully you guys think that I made it work. But aside from those curved rooms, I did have quite a lot of fun making this build. The other thing I will say though is that I forgot, one, how easy and simultaneously hard it is to create a build without CC, coming from having built so many builds with CC recently. It's easy in the sense that you have way less options, so it takes like half the time because you're not just like scouring through everything constantly, like trying to find certain pieces that you know you like or trying to force yourself to do something new. You don't have like thousands of different pieces that you're cycling through. It's way more condensed, so you only have so many options, and it just makes the process a whole lot faster. But it is also like harder in that sense because you do not have the same options, and I feel as if, and this could just be because I haven't built CC free in quite some time, that I lack creativity when using the items that come in my game. I see so many creators make so many amazing things. Plumbob Kingdom, for example, his save file is completely CC free and he has made some incredible builds, and I could just absolutely never even conjure the amount of creativity that they have for their builds. I follow a lot of people over on Instagram who are completely CC free, and again, the builds that they make are incredible. The way that they just make rooms fit together and make them look so creative and like they are using CC, I wish I had an ounce of that talent because I don't. And I'm hoping to get better at that. Again, that's something that I kind of want to improve with my skill set, but I do think it's going to take some time getting used to, because I definitely felt in this build that my skills were lacking and my creativity was lacking. There are a couple of rooms that I am quite proud of. I'm proud of the master bedroom. It has a bit of a red theme, I'll point it out later. And I was also really proud of the nursery and the child's room. So pretty much all of the bedrooms I was really proud of, and I do really like the living room. I think I did a good job. I just was like realizing as I was going through it, I was like, wow, the people I see who do CC free stuff, they are so creative and they make everything look like a brand new piece every single time, and I do not have that skill. So definitely something that I am hoping to improve upon. But regardless, I did have a lot of fun with this build. Of course, I'm realizing now I'm saying that this build took less time in one sense. But looking at the time, this video is now sitting at 47 minutes, so I haven't completely edited it all the way through. But yeah, we're sitting at 47 minutes right now, so I guess in one sense this build did take me quite a bit more time than I thought, and I think that's just because I really could not decide on certain things because nothing was really fitting my vision. So I think it just took me a little bit longer to decide on what I actually wanted to use. Like this wallpaper, for example, you will see me go back and forth with this like stone wallpaper quite a couple of times with like trying to figure out the colors, because this build is just so light and bright, and that's not my typical style. I like there to be a bit of like orange or red hues in it, which I do have with the brick, but the actual like chunk depth of this build is really light and bright. And so yeah, I was trying to figure out how I could possibly make it like a little bit darker or add in some contrast, and really the only thing I did that's not shown on camera is I did change the color of the roof paneling, like the paint swatch that goes on the front of the roof. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background, she's being a little rowdy. But yeah, I just changed from being white siding to, I believe it was like a blue or a greenish hued siding instead, but that's not shown on camera. Another little update that I have for you guys, since I don't have much more to talk about the build at this point, but I have officially almost completed 3 builds. Last weekend was Labor Day. It is currently September 4th, but last weekend was Labor Day, and that's when I filmed and made this build, and wow. So I had a 3-day weekend, but one of those days was spent in Chicago for my sister's bridal shower, and then the rest of the weekend was spent at my computer building. And I'm trying to stock up on builds because the next few weekends of my life are crazy, and I feel like I've already talked about this, but yes, the next few weekends of my life are crazy insane. Let's see, this weekend I am going to visit some old friends from school, so I will be going to see them for the whole weekend, and I will be back early Sunday, so I'll probably get to do a little bit of gameplay or something. But yes, most of my weekend will be spent out of town. Then the weekend after that, my sister is getting married, so I will not be doing much then in terms of uploading. So I'm just trying to get all of my builds out of the way, especially because I don't have a lot of time during the week. So I was like, perfect, this weekend will be a perfect time to just stock up on some builds and have everything ready to go. And then all I will have to do during the next couple of weeks is edit and record the voiceovers, which just also makes my life really easy. And I am really glad that I did it that way, because I now am sitting on 3 videos and it's perfect. I have this one, and then I have a CC apartment, and then I also have another CC build because I needed to make another build for my star sign family as they are needing to move into a bigger house. So I do have another CC build, which isn't ideal. I was wanting to kind of rotate CC free versus CC, so there is a chance that I will be doing an extra build so that I can continue that cycle, but worst comes to worst, I at least have something for you guys that you will be able to watch and see. But yeah, I'm sitting on quite a few, and I am glad that I did that, but I will say it was exhausting. I was so tired. I just have like small finishing touches to do on everything. Even at the end of this, when I started going through and editing it the first time, I had not completed the bathrooms in this build. You will not see me build any of the bathrooms except for one. I believe you see me do the master bath, but you will not see me do any of the other bathrooms first, for time's sake. Second, because how many bathrooms do we really need to see? They all pretty much look exactly the same and are identical. And the only reason I showed you the master is because it was a little bit different. And normally those are the bathrooms that I'm going to show you in my builds if there is going to be a bathroom shown. Occasionally you might see like a child's bathroom from me if it's something super creative, but normally all of my bathrooms look very identical. So yeah, you won't see many bathrooms from me. Sorry in advance if that is something you guys enjoy watching, but I do not enjoy building them. It's probably my least favorite room to build in every possible room you could ever build. I hate doing the bathrooms. So yes, the point of that being that everything is extremely stocked up and I am ready to go, and I will not be letting you guys down yet, so that is fantastic news. I know I already ranted about this in my last video, but I'm gonna say it again. I've really been enjoying being back in the community and just filming again and building again and getting to do a little bit of gameplay again. It's all just been super great and a super fantastic way to kind of wind down at the end of my work days and on the weekends. In other news, I finally bit the bullet and bought Lovestruck. I have not yet experienced it for myself. If you don't know, me and my little sister actually share my account. She doesn't post anything on my gallery or anything like that, but we do share my account just because she started playing it when she was pretty young, and there was no point in us both buying it because she could just download Origin on her laptop and play it from there. And now it's worked out pretty great because we split a lot of the packs now that she's older. But we finally got Lovestruck, and I have not looked at it myself. The only parts of it that I have really seen is from what she has shown me from her laptop, so I have yet to look at any of the animations really. I think the only animation I saw was that there was a picnic blanket, but I don't really know what you can do with the picnic blanket other than like I think look at the stars or the sky or something. So I mean, I like the idea of the picnic blanket, that's for sure. I feel like that was something that would have come with like cottage living or something, but I'm super glad that we have it now. I will say I haven't looked at the build and buy stuff either, and I did get a little look at Cass. I was disappointed in the hairs. I think there was only a couple that I was like, yeah, I'd probably use that. And the clothes, I know it was like a theme and I get it, but I was like, ugh, most of these I just really can't use. And the pants, oh my goodness, I was really disappointed. I was expecting maybe a couple more like skirts or something, but no, it was mostly jeans, and the jeans were not that cute or flattering. So I don't know, I'm a little scared for the build buy. I've tried to find things on here on YouTube to watch Let's Plays and such. I believe, no, I was gonna say, I think Ocean Sims had one, but she doesn't. I haven't really found any that have like really clicked for me in terms of like Let's Plays to just kind of like get a look at the gameplay and stuff. I haven't found any that have really like intrigued me, and to be fair, I haven't done like a super deep dive or checked a ton of places, but kind of from what I saw, there wasn't much out there. And I also just kind of noticed since being back that I feel like a lot of the people I watched are not here anymore. Ashley Plays is, Ocean Sims is, but like a lot of the people that I used to watch are just like gone. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird to be like trying to find stuff to watch to just get like a basic idea of the packs and see if I like am interested in buying them or not. But I did just end up buying it because I found it for a discount, and I was like, okay, might as well just bite the bullet because we all know I'll get it eventually. I have all of the other expansion packs. Those are kind of the ones that I'm firmly like, okay, yeah, I'll buy them because I normally just want the world, or even just the gameplay aspects of it. Even if the build and buy and the cast stuff sucks, like I'm like, I want at least to have the option of gameplay and the new careers, and I definitely want the world. So I am excited. I know from my brief little overview that there aren't really any like apartments, but I do think that like I'm happy that we at least have like another city-esque part in the new world. I forget what it's called because I haven't looked at it yet. Also, a brief intermission on what I'm ranting about. I'm sorry that you guys had to look at that whole CC clutter process thing. I haven't done that in a long time, of just like placing all of the CC down in a random hodgepodge mess. But I did decide to do it in this build, and I think I did it maybe in both of my other ones for some reason. So I'm sorry that you guys had to watch that. I'm not going to cut it out though, because it is part of my process, so yeah. But anyways, yeah, I knew I was gonna get it because I always end up getting the expansion packs. It's just the one thing that I have committed myself to, and I do have a lot of the other packs. I think I'm really low on stuff packs and kits. Kits are the thing that I'm like, I'm not buying those. Which is, I don't know why, I just like cannot bring myself to buy the kits. I might have one or two that I got for free that I won in like giveaways, or that a couple of friends have gifted to me, but I have not bought a kit myself because I'm like, look, $5 is not a lot. I will admit, $5 is not a lot, but I can find those pieces. Like, there have been people who have made them into CC. Thank you to those people. Shout out to you. So I can either do it that way, or $5 is a coffee. Not that I go out and buy a ton of coffees because I make them at home, but that's a coffee, or like, I don't know, 50% of a meal. Like, $5 in the grand scheme of things is not a lot, but it's a lot to spend on like a 20 item little thing that's just items and no gameplay really. So yeah, I do not buy the kits. Anyways, rant over with that. All of this was to say that I am super excited to get a good look at it, get a good look at the gameplay. I'm excited about the new career. I think it would be really fun to play as I think it was it romance consultant, but I think that's just what it's called, the like counselor, because we don't really have anything else like that if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, so I think that would be fun, and I do think that it's fun that you could like play matchmaker too, because there are people who do that, and I think it would create a really fun storyline. I was actually thinking up a whole storyline, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could like make a whole let's play. Like, I have a whole storyline I could do. It would be so fun. And then I was like, no, backtrack, please backtrack. You do not have the time to create a let's play out of this. So I will not be doing it, but I probably will be making some townies with that storyline, so that will be exciting and hopefully quench my urge. I feel like I've been talking about that in all of my speed builds as well, just the urge to like film a let's play. But going back and watching my old let's plays, I was like, oh wow, those are so cringy. I hate them, and I love you guys for all the love you gave me on them, especially my growing together let's play. You guys were dolls, but I'm sorry, the cinematography, not good. Don't know why I did that. I hate it so much. I'm like, I should just delete them and take those down. I would never try it again. Never attempt, because it's so bad. And my other let's plays, I'm just like, girl, you're just like rambling and you sound so chaotic, and what is going on? Like, take a chill pill. So yeah, if I ever did a let's play again, I hopefully would be a whole lot less cringy, but it is what it is. I'm gonna leave them up because it was an era. It was an era, and it was a time, and they are fond memories to look back on, so I will not be deleting them, but whenever I think about them or go back to rewatch them, I'm like, wow, you did that. you really did that. So yeah, no Let's Play with Love Struck, but there was a spoiler out. I guess happy late 10th anniversary to The Sims 4. Love this game and love the community and all the people that it has brought me. But there was a leak that came out about was it Life and Death expansion pack coming? And I believe with like all of the coding and stuff, I saw that it was like, maybe I can't remember. There's like either a really big patch coming. Well, there's always a big patch coming, but I think there is one other DLC that we're getting, and then we get this expansion pack, and it's supposedly coming this year, so that would be pretty exciting. Pretty good move of EA. Hopefully it's a really good, like, well fleshed out pack. I'm curious to think or to know like what they would include in a Life and Death pack, because I'm assuming from the assumptions I've seen at least that it is going to mostly revolve around death. So I guess I'm just kind of curious to see like what kind of gameplay they're going to add into that, because I feel like it's all going to be really morbid. I mean, obviously there's going to be new deaths. That would be my biggest assumption, and maybe some more fleshed out stuff with the Grim Reaper, and potentially some kind of new death career, like a coroner, or I don't know, I was gonna say murderer, but probably not that. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just curious to think about what they could possibly put in a new pack like this. So yes, definitely curious to see what they're going to be doing with that. But I am excited because I do think it could be interesting. I don't know, I guess I have mixed feelings on it because I'm a little nervous. A part of me is like, that just feels like it could be really pointless, but I don't know, I'm sure whatever it will be great. That is my hope, that it's great and that it's fun, and yeah. And also I saw that we did get a huge laundry list of updates, and I think part of it was that they are adding on things to my wedding stories, which is super exciting, and I'm really glad to see that they took the initiative to do that and kind of add in workarounds to help solve some of the bugs that a lot of us have been experiencing with that pack since it came out. I believe they were adding just a ton more of customizable features that you can access through the wedding arch, so you should be able to play your own music, as not your own, but like game generated music as your Sims are walking down the aisle. I believe you can now pick like which side Sims will sit on, and there were a ton of other features. So yeah, that is super exciting to see that they are just adding that personality or personalization to the pack, because I think we were all kind of expecting a lot of those features to be included, or for the game to just kind of work better than it did when the pack came out. So to see them finally fixing some of those things and adding workarounds to some of the bugs that we've all been experiencing is super exciting and super promising, and I think that it does show that they've just been listening to the community a bit more. So yeah, I am super excited for that update, and hopefully that will make weddings a little bit more fun and enjoyable, because I do really like that pack and I really love the idea of it. I just think it wasn't all completely executed in the way that it could have been. So it is wonderful to see that they are now attempting to kind of add on to some of the things that maybe weren't working correctly. But enough about the upcoming updates. I'm sure we will have plenty of news on that soon. Who knows, by the time that I upload this video, there could have been already something addressed about it. I mean, it was their 10th anniversary this week, so I'm assuming we will be hearing something from them, even if it's not necessarily a recognition of their birthday, which I did see a lot of people in the community were pretty upset about the fact that they did not address it on their actual anniversary date. So I don't know, for me, I don't really care all that much, but I do understand why it's kind of a big deal to a lot of other simmers. I've heard in the past that apparently they've done a lot for their birthdays, I think is what I heard the Sims franchise has. So to see The Sims 4 not recognized, it was pretty upsetting to a lot of people. So I'm not sure if they will be addressing that this week or not. We will have to, I guess, wait and see, and it'll probably be something that I talk about in my next video if they do release some kind of news or recognize their 10th year anniversary or whatever it may be. So yeah, in this office, going back to the build really fast, you are going to see me place down a pet, a hamster or a porcupine, or I don't really remember what it was, but one of the pets that came with the pet stuff pack. There it is right there. And you are going to see me place another one again upstairs. I completely forgot that I had placed one already, so this family does have a lot of pets. I believe I also placed down food bowls for them, so maybe they're just a pet loving family. It wouldn't put it past them, to be honest. I see this being a really family oriented family. They have lots of young kids, obviously, with all of the rooms, and they're just a growing family, and they're really family oriented. So I could also see pets kind of being in the mix with that. They take their dogs for walks, or maybe they have a bunch of cats and they spend a lot of time with them, but I could definitely see them being a very pet-oriented family. So there is another one upstairs in the main room, which, by the way, that main room was my least favorite thing to decorate out of this whole build, and it looks atrocious, and I'm sorry about that. It literally looks horrible, and I just apologize. I really could not figure out what I wanted to do with it or how I wanted to make it work. The layout of that top main room is just so awkward. I couldn't figure out how to separate it. I couldn't really figure out what to do with it. So alas, I just tried to make it work, but it didn't work very well. So my apologies. But as always, I would love to see you guys use this build. I love to see people use my creations. If you do use it, of course, you are always free to change it however you want. The interior is not set in stone ever with any of my creations. You are always free to change them up and customize them to your own personal gameplay and all of those things, because I know for me personally, even when I use pre-built shells, I always have to redo the interior. I'm just kind of funky about it that way. I guess it doesn't feel personalized to my Sims if I don't get to decorate it. It could even be like the exact same style, but if I don't get to actually like mess around with where everything is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like as personalized as I guess it would if I'd done it myself. So I'm kind of iffy about that kind of stuff, and I'm sure a lot of other people are as well. So yeah, if you do use my builds, you're always free to change them to however you like and whatever suits your gameplay. And there is a couple minutes left, but I think with that I am going to cut off this voiceover here. I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build and the fact that it is completely CC free. The download links will be on my Patreon, as well as the fact that it will be up on my gallery by the time this video comes out, so you guys will either be able to download the tray files or just download it off of my gallery. And as always, I will see you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.